Shalom, Israel. First, I want to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash, Abundance Apostle Oscar Millstone, East Citation to 1/3 of Israel. And for this lesson, I want to title it At a Sudden. And basically, we got to be watching, because if, we don't want to be caught on a sudden, when all hell breaks loose. All right, because, we're in the time of Jacob's trouble, but it's brewing up to its climax, But if you're not watching and seeing that, these things are being brewed up for, an uncomfortable time, because that's what we're entering into, a time like never before. We all gonna be tested, and if you're not watching, you're gonna get caught lacking. This goes for me first and foremost. But I swear these black niggas be all in the road and shit. But it's lucky. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." And a thief, you don't know when a thief is coming. That's why we're to watch as well as pray, as Yahushua said. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, travail upon a woman." Bro, you could have just stayed in that lane. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman, and they shall not escape." All right, sudden destruction. All right, because we're entering into the time of Jacob's trouble, but people don't believe it because they think the vision is tarrying, pursuing Habakkuk 2:3. For though the vision says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarry, wait for it, for it will surely come to pass, and will not tarry." All right. They think that the prophecies are being delayed because they'll probably be say a ceasefire or something. Things are brewing up, and then the ceasefire happens, and then people their guard gets put down, which that's not that's not bro. That's not how we're supposed to be. We're always supposed to keep a guard up, because at an instant, all hell can break loose. There could be a whole what's the word for it? I'm thinking about EMP or cyber attack. This shit can get ran up on. Don't forget about these you got sleeper cells here in Babylon. You also got these UN troops. All right, so there's so much shit happening. But if you're not watching, you're gonna get caught out there. Simple as that. And that's why Yahushua commanded us to watch. All right, because it's gonna come at a sudden, at an instant. All right, it's gonna come at an instant, and if we can't be caught up in this rat race. That's why it says in Luke 21. It says and take heed to yourselves. Beware of yourselves, at least at any time your hearts be overcharged with fighting or rioting, roughly paraphrasing, drunkenness and cares of this world, because it's easy to focal in on this point, or on this world, being in the flesh, because we all gotta handle business here, but we can't let that take a crown ultimately, as it says in Revelation, the 3rd chapter. Let no man take that crown, whether it be whatever it is. We gotta stay focused on this truth. All right, we gotta stay focused on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. But it says, "But brethren, ye are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. You're all children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness." All right, because we have, Spirit Power Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to, what's the word for it? To basically measure measure the times that we're living in. As it says in 2 Corinthians 9:1, measure out the time diligently in itself. All right, how do you measure the times we're living in? Through the scriptures. You line up current events with prophecy, scripture, and that's what's happening. All right, videos are all, apostles, Elders Great Millstone, brothers on down. Like this truth is overflowing. That's why Yahushua said there's gonna be no excuse in that day. All right, because this word has gone out, and if you was bullshitting, then you was bullshit. All right, you got to pay for your own actions. All right, and that's why we got to give diligence to make our calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fall. But let me keep reading. It says, therefore let us not sleep as do others. Let us watch and be sober. All right, we gotta stay we gotta stay focused. All right, we gotta keep our eyes single on the prize. Not the affairs of this life. All right, because the affairs of this life, bro, all this shit is going to go down the drain. But it says, but they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. All right, these people are drunk as fuck. Thinking that this place is gonna bounce back, and 30, 40 plus years down the line, I'm gonna do this. Bullshit. We'll see, nigga. But which it's not even a we'll see. We don't have that long left. All right, but it says, but let us who are of the day that have this truth, we got this light. It says, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet the hope of salvation. All right, for the Most High had not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. All right, and if we endure, Lord willing, that's us. We have a reward. We have a promised deliverance, but we have to endure. We got to do our part. All right, we got to stay focused. But let me go to Isaiah 30. This is not meant to be long. So Isaiah 30:1, it says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and am not asked of my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. All right, and this trust in this place is going to be your demise, It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right, this place, you trust in this place is going to leave you stupid. You saw what happened when, and the Lord has given multiple examples of Jake trusting in this place, trusting in oppression. Oh, well, I'm going to go to a white man, and he going to heal me. He going to do this for me. Whole time this nigga fucking you over. All right, and that's your confusion. That's your shame. All right, because who you relied on for help, this nigga is fucking you over, simply put. All right, but let me skip down. It says, Isaiah 39, it says, now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that they may be for the time to come, forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people. Fuck you, say. It said that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. All right, and that's you Israelites, you stiff-necked Israelite, you stiff-necked Jake. It says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, get you out the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. And that's how Jake is, Look at that, like, for example, look at that nigga Drewski. All right, here you got the prophets giving you life, giving you the words of wisdom, giving you the direction on how to, to escape the times to come, But Jake said, nah, to hell with that. They don't give a fuck. So, but it's going to be a different ball game when all hell's breaking loose. And you going to, that's why it says that, I believe it's in Judges, says, go cry to the gods which you have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time to come. All right, well, we'll see. All right, but we understand that 2/3 ain't going to get it because it's not meant for them. All right. It says, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out, and a high wall whose breaking cometh suddenly in an instant. All right. And it's going to come full force, with a breach ready to fall. It's like a flood, and just wait till look at the ICE troops right now, right? But just wait, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna come like a flood, Isaiah 59:19. But the Lord is only gonna lift up the standard for his elect. All right. Revelation 12:12. The devil shall come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. He's gonna come. He gonna come in a devious fashion. All right, it's not gonna be sweet. All right, that's why it says a time of never before in Daniel 12:1. All right, so Jake, yeah, we got Jake. You got to take heed. All right, I was gonna say we, but thank the Lord that we got this truth, we got this light, as we read in 1 Thessalonians the 5th chapter. We are not of them that sleep. But Isaiah 31:1, it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. And woe means destruction. So, if you trust in this place because, it looks like it's going to save me, or, America's this, America's that. Well, okay. Well, it's prophesied that America's going to be destroyed. Simple as that. It says, yet he is also wise and bring evil, and will not call back his word, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. All right, so the Lord going to destroy those that help. He going to destroy the system and those that rely on the system. All right, but we're going to rely on Yahweh Bashim outside. All right, but things are taking place right now. Watch the videos. Watch the Elder Apostle GMS. Brothers, they going into all types of different edification. What's in the news. Like, shit is happening. All right, and it's only gonna get worse from here. So hopefully with that, this is well said and edifying. I want to give all praise, glory, honor to Yahweh by Shemi outside by Shemi Kakadash. Till next time, shalom.